Hello students, today I will solve a problem in which I'll find some missing figures and from those figures I'll complete balance sheet. The missing balance sheet will be given in the problem and some ratios to find those items will be given in the problem. With those ratios and some figures which are given in the balance sheet we will find missing figures. Okay, so let's start with the problem. Here is problem number 24, which is given on page number 82. We'll read the problem first. You are required to complete the following balance sheet as on 31st March 2014 of NetSet Limited. Okay. Traditional balance sheet is given, liability and asset. Share capital 10 lakhs, reserves and surplus we have to find out. Then loan amount is 1 lakh, current liabilities are missing. Then fixed assets, they are saying it's 15 lakhs. Current assets, in current asset we have stock, debtors and cash. Okay, so these three are our current asset and we have to find all the figures from current asset. What next they have given? Here you can see ratios of company are: number 1, reserves and surplus to share capital ratio 1:1. Then sales to net worth ratio 1.5:1. Sales to debtors ratio 6:1. Gross profit ratio is 20% on sales. Net working capital 6 lakhs amount is given. Then stock turnover ratio 6 times. Current ratio 2.5:1. Asset test ratio 1.5:1. Net worth means total share capital and reserves and surplus. Okay, so this is very basic problem, very easy problem. We can finish this problem hardly in 10 minutes. Okay, so let's start with the solution. So here you can see I have drawn balance sheet, share capital which is given, reserves and surplus we have to find out. They are saying net worth means total of share capital and reserves and surplus. Therefore I have written here proprietors fund. Proprietors fund is nothing but your net worth. So share capital and reserves and surplus will be your proprietors fund. Then loan 1 lakh and other figures we have to find out. Now let's take first item. What they have given, reserves and surplus to share capital ratio is 1:1. See, when you are solving these type of problem, go with ratios that are given. The very first ratio they are saying it's reserves and surplus to share capital, which is 1:1. This is very simple thing. They are saying reserves and surplus to share capital is 1:1. So I can write like this: reserves and surplus share capital. Now reserves and surplus is 1 and share capital is 1. So reserves is 1, share capital is 1. Now we see reserves and surplus, we see our share capital is 10 lakhs, right? This share capital we have to find reserve. So if my share capital is 10 lakhs, okay, and if share capital is 1, reserve is 1. So if share capital is 10 lakhs, then my reserves will be 10 lakhs. So I can write here it is 10 lakhs. My share capital is 10 lakhs, reserves are 10 lakhs, 1:1. If share capital is 1, then reserve is 1. So I can say my proprietors fund or net worth is 20 lakhs. Then next what they have given, sales to net worth ratio 1.5:1. Now sales to net worth ratio, now we have got net worth over here. Sales to net worth ratio is 1.5:1. Again same thing, we'll write sales net worth. My sales are 1.5, net worth is 1. Now I don't know about sale, but net worth is 20 lakhs, so I can cross multiply this. 20 lakhs multiplied by 1.5 divided by 1 will be 30 lakhs. So my sales are 30 lakhs. Now I don't need this figure to complete my balance sheet, but somewhere I may need this information to calculate any missing figure. Now third thing they have given here is, you can see, sales to debtors ratio 6:1. So I can find debtors value with the help of sales. Sales to debtors 6:1. So my sale, debtors, sale 6, debtors 1. Now I know sale value, it's 30 lakhs. So again I'll cross multiply this. 30 lakhs multiplied by 1 divided by 6, I'll get my debtors value 5 lakhs. So I will write 5 lakhs over here. Okay, I got debtors value. Next what they have given, gross profit ratio is 20% on sale. Now gross profit is 20% on sale. Again we will write like this: sales minus COGS is gross profit. Gross profit is 20%. My sale will be 100%. I know the sale value, it's 30 lakhs. So 30 lakhs, 20% on 30 lakhs, so my gross profit will be 6 lakhs. And if I minus this value, then I'll get COGS, which is 24 lakhs. Then next they are saying net working capital rupees 6 lakhs. Now this is directly amount given. Okay, amount is given directly. So we know our current asset minus current liability is net working capital. Now here if we see, this is not vertical balance sheet to write like working capital is current asset minus current liability, right? Current assets are here, current liability is here, right? So we may use that equation, current asset minus current liability equals working capital. So we'll try that. Net working capital is 6 lakhs. Current asset minus current liability is working capital. But with this information we can't find anything right now. What next is given we'll see first, and then we'll come to our current asset and current liabilities. This was just information. Then stock turnover ratio is 6 times. Now stock turnover ratio, we know the formula COGS upon average stock. Now they are saying stock turnover ratio is 6. COGS we know it's 24 lakhs, right? So 24 lakhs divided by average stock. Now we know that average stock is opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2, but there must be an information of opening stock and closing stock. At least either information should be there. There must be they must be, or they may give information of opening stock is this much or closing stock is this much. You should know how much is closing stock and opening stock. If nothing is given about opening stock and closing stock, then here you have to assume that your average stock will be your closing stock, because they are saying to draw final balance sheet, no? And though they have given information about gross profit and sale, and we have find out COGS, nothing they are saying about closing stock is this much, opening stock is this much. Now liquid ratio is given. With the help of that we can easily find our stock, but again opening stock information is not given. Like in earlier problems they were saying closing stock is more by 10,000, closing stock is more by 80,000, but such type of information is not given in this problem. So we will assume that, again I'm telling you, here you have to assume so many things. So if nothing is given about opening and closing stock, then assume that your average stock is closing stock. Okay, so in our balance sheet we need closing stock, so we will assume that our average stock is our closing stock. Fine. So here 6 is given, to 24 lakhs we have COGS and average stock. So average stock will be 24 lakhs divided by 6, it's 4 lakh. So I can say my stock value is 4 lakhs. Even if you remember, day before yesterday we solved one problem in which with the help of liquid ratio we had calculated our stock value, right? Opening stock, closing stock. But in that problem they were saying that closing stock was 80,000 or 10,000 more. Okay, so some information was given in the problem, but in this problem nothing is given. So we will assume that our closing stock is our average stock. Okay, so here if we see, we have got stock, debtors. Now we need cash, and this whole three will be our current assets. So we'll try to find our current asset and current liabilities. What next they have given is current ratio. So we can calculate our current assets and current liabilities with that ratio. Current ratio is 2.5. Usually we write it as 2.5:1. 2.5 is current asset, one is current liability. Our ratio is current assets upon current liabilities. Again, like earlier we have solved, current asset minus current liability is our working capital. Now this 2.5 will be my current asset, 1 will be my current liability, and working capital it is 6 lakhs, which is given in your problem. So 1.5 minus 1.5x equals 6 lakhs. Now x will be 6 lakhs divided by 1.5, 4 lakhs. Now my current asset were 2.5x, so I can say 2.5 multiplied by my x, 4 lakhs. 2.4 multiplied by 4 lakhs will be 10 lakhs. So my current assets are 10 lakhs. Again, my current liability, it was 1x, so 1 multiplied by 4 lakhs, my current liabilities are 4 lakhs. Okay, so I can use this amount to complete my balance sheet. My current assets are 10 lakhs. Okay, so 4 lakhs, my 4 lakh is my stock, 5 lakhs debtors, and my total current assets are 10 lakhs. So I can say my cash will be 1 lakh, right? So 15 lakhs plus 10 lakhs current asset, fixed asset plus current asset will be my total. So my assets are 25 lakhs. Now this should be again 25 lakhs. And we know that our current liabilities are 4 lakh. We can cross check our answer. 20 lakhs was my proprietor's fund. 20 lakhs plus 1 lakh my loan plus 4 lakhs, 25 lakhs. Now we have got total of both the sides, 25 lakhs liability, 25 lakh assets. So my balance sheet is complete now. And yet liquid acid test ratio is here. But once our balance sheet is over, we don't need any other information to calculate. Okay, so you can see the problems based on preparing final accounts from ratios and this missing figures are quite easy. But when these are easy, when your formulas are ready, when you know all the formulas and you have practiced it. Okay.